Juggalos in recovery. Juggalos in recovery, man. The Juggalos in recovery. Juggalos in recovery. Those who want to help you are juggalos.
What's up, y'all? Whoop whoop. Today, we are going to talk about the Ringmaster. This album is unreal. With one, it's full of the wicked shit. It's just every song. And if you know ICP, you know in the 6th Joker's card, the Wraith, Shangri-La, Thy Unveiling, it says they covered all their subliminal messages with the wicked shit. And boy, do I have notes. Yeah, notes. I've got some things to read. I've got some things to go over. We are going to start off right away because this one might be a somewhat long video, especially with the added features on the end. So right off the bat, of course, I'm on Genius, the website for the Ringmaster. And this says about the Ringmaster. The original liner notes. Who's guilty? The day has come, the time of reckoning. Who will perish in dreaded hell, and whose soul will be content with the pleasures of heaven? Looking past the words spoken with a wicked tongue, and looking past the evil deeds done with one's life, but instead looking into the conscience of men. What is the real evil that seems to plague mankind? Who are the real demons that walk this earth? Is it those whose minds have become devious because of a lifetime spent inside a caged hell? Or is it those who invented this caged hell years ago and done nothing to help destroy it yet? Who's guilty? Frankenstein or the doctor who created him? The sword or the man who has slain with it? Which is the real evil? The man who kills another for food, or the man who does not share his food to avoid the killing? While you sit in judgment of a criminal, you may very well be the one who's guilty. Guilty of greed, deception, and hate. Those who are rejected at the gates of heaven shall be dragged off into the pits of hell, viciously torn from those life by the non-living, the phantoms of the dead. These beasts take the form of a demented carnival, that of a wicked dark circus led by one who is created by your own evil ways, one who will judge your very fate, the one known only as the Ringmaster. In that description, the Ringmaster is the person who is going to hold the being that is going to hold us accountable for our actions. He is the physical form of karma. The very first song, The Wax Museum, it's more of an intro mixed with a little bit of music, but it describes in a very wicked form what the Ringmaster is about. If you are evil, if you are greedy, if you live with deception and you all these negative things, the 7 deadly sins, if you're just a bad person, then the Ringmaster is going to come and thousands of dead souls covered in wax. Eventually, that's what you will end up becoming. In our life as addicts or people who just having a bad time, if you do not start looking at what you do and how it affects others, and start living your life to be the bigger, better person, living with human kindness, loving one another no matter what. Doesn't matter if this person over here is a bad person. You hold them accountable for what they've done wrong, but you still love them. Because if you love them, that might be what they need to change. And even if they never change, that's not on you. That's on them. The only thing that matters is who you are, what you value, and what you want to be. So if you look at our addiction and what it caused us, all the negative stuff, all the horrible things we did while we were in active addiction, or just living a very negative, bad lifestyle, the Ringmaster is going to hold us accountable. Are you willing to step up to that? Are you willing to own up to your wrongs? Or do you have time to make them right? Song number 2, Murder Go Round. Song number 2, Violent J is describing the cycle of revenge. It is extremely destructive. An eye for an eye never works. If you punch me and I punch you back, now I'm at your level. Why would I want to be at your level? You're the one who can't deal with the emotions and deal with life. Why would I not want to be the bigger person and ask you what is wrong and be there for you and support you? Seeking revenge causes so much negativity. And look at the world. Doesn't matter what situation, someone wronged someone else. The first instinct that we have is to go out and cause that person that hurt us the same pain, so they know what we feel. The point of the matter is, it's not going to work the way we want it to. The only thing that's going to work is if we learn from that situation on how not to act, on how to be better, how to, I hate saying this, to turn the other cheek and be there for that person that hurt us. It's instant forgiveness. Those people that hurt us, don't give them 1 second of your time. Do not let them live rent-free in your brain. All that's going to do is cause you more pain. If you turn around and you be the bigger person, and you let those resentments go, you let that pain go, you're going to be able to live a better life. Doesn't matter who it is, doesn't matter what happened to you. I'm telling you. There's things that I have been through that I have let go of, and I was freed from that mindset and able to help others. Doesn't matter who they are or what they did. This is the reality of it. Yes, it's okay to feel it. It's okay to process it. Go through your emotions. Don't get revenge. That's not going to help you one bit. And it's not going to help them or anybody else. Because if you go out and you get revenge on those people, guess what? everybody in your surrounding area, in your life, is going to have to deal with the outcome of that. Are you willing to put your support system through that? I'm not, so I don't. Chicken hunting. Song number 3 and 4. Chicken hunting and Mr. Johnson's head. Lot of wicked shit in this. The main thing I got out of it is bigots. ICP has always been against bigots. Bigots, the definition is a person who is intolerant towards those holding different opinions. If I have a different opinion than you, and you get mad because I have a different opinion and I don't think the way you do, and you hold it against me, that fits the definition. Anybody who has a different opinion than me doesn't stop me from having my opinion. It doesn't change who I am. And my opinion doesn't have to change anybody else. You're watching this video, disagree with me. That's fine. That's your prerogative. But in the end, it doesn't matter. Because if one thing I have learned from my recovery is take what you want and leave the rest. Take what helps you and let the rest go. Because the rest doesn't matter. Because it doesn't affect you. So don't let it upset you. Live your life for you, not for what everybody else wants or does. Mr. Johnson's head and chicken hunting they both talk about that. And when we were active in our addiction, more than likely we fit that description. How many times did you have to go out and tell someone who loved and cared about you that you weren't an alcoholic or you weren't an addict, and you had it under control and you controlled this and you controlled that, and then you got mad at them for them writing you off because your actions proved otherwise? Yeah, well, guess what? You were a bigot. In recovery, we learn how not to think that way. We learn to accept others for who they are and what they believe in. That's what matters. Acceptance. We've all, especially if you're a juggalo, we have all strived to be accepted. And now we are. We are one big family. And now, Juggalos in Recovery is another part of that family. We are still accepted. The Southwest Song. Song number 5. I first listened to this song earlier, well, not for the first time, but to decipher it and find out the meaning behind it. And I couldn't figure it out until I started reading the lyrics. And I realized that in this song, factory smoke and choke am in pain 'cause Del Rey funk is in my brain. So I break the law, but I'm not to blame. You only know my place, you don't know my name. Right there is describing how our addiction turned us into a being that we couldn't even recognize in the mirror. Take a second and think about the destruction you caused in your addiction. And think how much you don't want to be that person. This whole song talks about it like that. Addiction is our Del Rey. Whatever caused our addiction, whether it's a messed up childhood or a bad situation, whatever it is, that caused the fog in our brain for us wanting to escape from the reality that we went through. And now it's time to clear our heads. It's time to get out there and be the awesome people that we were meant to be. Get out of the funk, get out of Del Rey, get out of who your addiction made you to be, and be someone who represents something great. Get Off Me Dog also goes with the Southwest song. Get Off Me Dog is how we used to act in our active addiction. I don't know how many times my family and my friends told me I had a problem with alcohol. And many of times I told them, no, leave me alone, I don't have a problem, made up excuses, I'm just having fun, I'm in my 20s, I'm allowed to do this, blah blah, whatever excuse I came up with that day. Basically telling them, get off me dog, I'm doing me. Well, in the reality of it, I wasn't doing me. I was escaping from my childhood. I was escaping from pain and emotions that I didn't know and didn't want to deal with. So, please don't get off me, dog. Help me. I need that support. But I was only able to get that support when I was ready for it, when I realized what I was doing. And honestly, being really honest with you right now, in the very beginning of my sobriety, I didn't even know if I wanted it. Now I could never dream of having life without sobriety. The next song, Who Asked You? It took me a second to figure out how to analyze, it took me a few minutes to analyze this song. Try to figure out where it went for me. This song is where active addiction, we learn after we get into recovery to stop listening to other people's opinions about ourselves. They have a really ICP way of explaining it, but that's it. We are learning to be ourselves. And another thing I've learned in recovery is your opinion of me doesn't matter. I don't even have a right to know your opinion of me. The only thing that matters is my opinion of myself. And am I living up to my realistic expectations of myself? The next song, song number 8, The Dead One. In this song, Violent J is gunned down in a gunfight, but his death isn't instantaneous. He walks around trying to live his life as he slowly rots away. Confused. He doesn't want to admit that he's died, and his denial is so strong it allows him to survive even only for a few moments later. This is a very powerful song to me for addiction. This, to me, is when we hit rock bottom. We have a choice. Either ignore it and keep going on the destructive path that we're on, or we learn from our mistakes and we get stronger and we pull ourselves up and we trudge the road of happy destiny. Some of us have hit a couple different rock bottoms. A lot of what we deal with is trying to figure out when enough is enough. In this song, it explains what happens when it's too late. When your addiction finally shoots and kills you, hopefully metaphorically, are you ready to let go? Or are you ready to get into recovery and beat your addiction? Don't let it be too late. If you are fighting active addiction right now, stop. It is up to you to change right now. You don't know if tomorrow is going to come for you. So what are you going to do about it? Are you going to fight or just lay there and take it and let your addiction kill you? Song number whatever, My Funhouse. Two things off of this song. One is how we felt trapped in our addiction and thought it was fun. It explains in a very, again, ICP way how addiction pulled us in. We thought we were having fun. I know I was, or thought I was, I should say. And then all of a sudden I wasn't, and I stayed there. The other thing I got from this song is how our past wrongs will hurt us if we don't own up to them. Karma's gonna come and bite you when you least expect it. That's what the Ringmaster is about. So if you don't start working on your wrongdoings and making them right, and working towards being a better version of yourself every day, karma's gonna come get you, and you're not gonna like it. On the flip side of that, if you start putting all these positive things into your little karma box, that good karma is coming your way too. So you have to make sure good karma outweighs the bad karma. We're not perfect. We all make mistakes, but it's how we deal with those mistakes that makes us a good or a bad person. So own up to your crap. Be a better person, no matter how much it hurts you. Strikes your ego. I don't care. Kill that ego. You don't need it. It's only another version of selfishness that you don't need in your life. Humble yourself. Accept what you did wrong. Apologize. Then work and put actions towards those apologies. Prove that you're not that person to make that mistake again. A lot of people know this song, Wagon Wagon. Amazing song. Took me a little bit to figure this song out too. And what I got out of this song was that it was describing how we have to collect all the dead bodies on our destructive path of addiction. That all our wrongdoings, all of them, doesn't matter what it's about, doesn't matter if it's wrongdoings in your sex life or your family life, your friend life, your drug dealer's life, it doesn't matter. You have to collect them and own up to those mistakes. One key thing in owning up to your mistakes is that you own up to them and accept that you did something wrong, and then you do something to change it. Saying apologies and owning up to something you did wrong to someone's face is not always the right answer. That's your guilt forcing you to do something. In my eyes, the right thing to do is change that trait that you had that caused you to do that wrong thing, and that's how you show that you did something wrong and you owned up to it and you fixed it. That makes you the better person. Now when it comes to some situations, you're going to have to figure it out. Some situations deserve an apology face to face, but make sure you have the actions to back up that apology, or you won't be taken seriously. And we all know how that feels. Next song, The Loons. This song is a really interesting song to me. It's talking about how our addiction can sneak up on us with a heads up. And AA says it's cunning, baffling, and powerful. And this song is a version of that saying. In this song, it's literally calling the person and telling them, hey, I'm 3 blocks away, I'm 2 blocks away, I'm 1 block away. I've come really close to relapsing before, and it's not something I want to have fun doing, but thankfully for me, I had a support system I relied on to get me out of that situation. And at the very end of that song, we kill our addiction because we were paying attention and because we had a support system that works. We use the tools in our toolbox. That's what they're there for, to stop us from doing stupid stuff. I am not going over the love song and bugs on my nugs. I'm not doing it. Pretty self-explanatory. I did not find any hidden meanings in there. Our sex life when we were in active addiction probably wasn't the best. Pretty straightforward, a lot of wicked shit around it. House of Mirrors, though. Whew. We walk into the House of Mirrors in active addiction. All we're gonna see is the horrible crap that we did. Can't break any of the mirrors. So in the song called 7 Years Bad Luck, shows us our greed, shows us our ego, shows us our selfishness, it shows us our lack of human kindness, lack of humanity, not willing to help anybody. It doesn't matter. I have, in many a times, only had $10 to give someone who needed something more than I did, and I gave it to them. I do everything I can to help someone out. The House of Mirrors reflects what you do. Do you want to walk into that house and see all of the good things that you have done, all the positive impact you've had on people's lives? Or do you want to walk in and see how you destroyed people's lives? Karma, straight out karma. Except it's more in your face this way. Then you go into the very last song, the Ringmaster's World. And all that tells us is spread the word of the Ringmaster, which I'm kind of doing right now, and what it means to you. Because everybody deserves a heads up that karma's coming on their way. This is the only way to tell you, hey, by the way, Ringmaster's coming. Better shape up. Better shape up, show up. I cannot wait to decipher all of these other albums. I skipped over the song for the Maggots. I don't really know how to deal with that one. Most of us know what it's about. I didn't see anything that had to deal with us. If you have a different opinion, throw it in the comments. I'll read them. I'll reply to every comment I get. With that being said, much love. Whoop whoop.
Juggalos in recovery, man.
Another update. Just posted. Got some shoes I made, designed in Italy. They're kind of pricey. I've already ordered mine. But they're Juggalos in Recovery. Has our Phoenix on it. Has the box is all Juggalos and everything. It's all custom for us. Need 6 more pre-orders as of this moment to be able to get them.
Juggalos in Recovery.
Juggalos in recovery, man. Juggalos in recovery, man.
Shoutouts. Let's see. We have Dave N. 31314. Much love. Whoop whoop. Jake. 021217. 17's magic number, yo. Whoop whoop. Rob S. 91014. Much love. Whoop whoop. Scott Bestler. Homie bought a t-shirt, I remember that. 91818. Much love to you. Whoop whoop. 101099. What? Chazzy Mullenberg, much love to you, homie. Whoop whoop, keep spreading that love. One more. Shannon Meyer, 31707, also known on Facebook as Nickel Pickle. She deserves all kinds of love. She's also trying to start a grief/recovery group. Hit her up. Posted it in the group. Let her know you're interested. Whether it's a Zoom meeting, online meeting, somewhere else, whatever the case is, doesn't matter. Show some support if you need it. And that's it for today. Much love to y'all. Whoop whoop.
Juggalos in recovery, man.